everybody? Where's everybody at? Thanks for joining me, J Truth, being the first one. Angela came in, I think, yesterday or this morning. I was supposed to come on, you guys, 2 days ago? I forgot I had to celebrate my grandbaby. Oh, no. I watched my grandson play his all-star game in Florida. Good game too. Unfortunately, they didn't win, but my grandson did what he was supposed to do. The team did. They played a hell of a game, but they lost to Ohio. You know, all the Ohio teams are tough though. Shit, I guess from down to the 8U, 10U on up to the high school and college. They pretty tough to beat. But anywho, I watched that on YouTube, so I canceled my live. And then I've been busy. I had a sweet 16 going on. I had to take the grandbaby to Fogo de Chao. Wasted $200. It's just, I don't know. I've been pretty busy and really, really tired. I just been tired. You know, I'm more tired working these 8-hour shifts versus the 12-hour shifts, the 312. And sometimes I will put in and do an extra 12. But these 8-hour shifts, I don't know. I am tired as heck. So I don't even have the strength to come on and do YouTube, you know, especially when you're not delivering content, you don't have good content. Now, anyone could come on here, any content creator, especially large content creators who have, you know, a very nice support system. They could come on and not deliver very much content, you know, and just be there for the people, and the people enjoy that, you know. But when I come down here, I want to do content. I want to give the people something. Not to say they aren't. It's just easier when you have a solid support system. They gonna come regardless. Now, does that bother me? Absolutely not. Because I always say if I brought my ass on here, I would do better. But it's very, very tiresome, baby. And most big YouTubers or consistent YouTubers, they do research and they have content and there's a constant flow. I'm not there yet. I guess I just, hey, Linda, my baby, Merry Christmas to you, sis. I guess I'm just not there yet. So I don't come on here and I don't make money. Else I would come on, I guess. But hey, I'll get too damn tired. I'm tired now. And I said, well, I said I would come on 7:30. But then I told Diva, I said, Diva, I am so tired. You have to have energy to come on here and hold the audience, especially, okay, thank you, J. True, especially to hold an audience without a panel for hours. You know, you have to have energy and you have to have a constant flow. And I haven't been there yet. Mentally, I'm not there, so I don't come on quite often. You know, I probably will get better. Hopefully next year I'm going to offer membership, you know, and I will get better. I would get better. And I think I have some people who's going to help me work in the background, you know, and they not YouTubers, but they're going to help me research some of this stuff. So I was so amped up. I hope everyone is gearing up for Christmas holiday. My family's not here. So, you know, I got like a quiet Christmas. They cruising, they in Florida, they doing everything else. And I'm here holding the fort down for the grand dogs, right? I get the grand dogs. I get to babysit them. So that's what I'm doing. But they are out enjoying their holiday, and it makes it a little better for me because I could keep a little money in my pockets, right? I don't have to worry about them. And that's a good thing. So anywho, I hope everyone Christmas is going well so far as shopping and everything. Hey, Trish, smash it, baby. As far as shopping for those who believe, you know, my kids are grown, but I still have grandkids that I have to look out for. And thank God that I only have 2 little grandchildren that I have to really buy gifts for. And the other ones you could give money and you could say, hey, you're on your own. That's it. I gave you money. That's it. I don't have to, you know, bust my ass in shopping. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing last minute shopping and working and stuff, and I am exhausted. I don't know why I'm so exhausted. Like I said, I think because I get up really early. I wake up throughout the night to pay my water bill twice. My medication, I'm on hydrochlorothiazide for a little, you know, to make sure the fluid stay off me for the beginners blood pressure. So it's not deep. It's not a real strong med, but it keeps me going as long as I drink a lot of fluids. It will continue to make me go to the bathroom. So I wake up twice a night, and then I'm up at 5 o'clock and shit. The other night I was up at what, 3:30. So I went to work at 6 o'clock because I can do that. I went to work to 6 o'clock and I worked until I think 5. So I'm kind of tired. Thank you. Hello, TT Speaks. Nice to see you. This is my first time seeing you, but welcome to Mz.Teavalocity Gems family. You guys, I'm here for the Billionaire Boys bus. Yeah, exactly, Trish. You laughing at it, but I think that's what's happening around here. I think they are trying to take down the billionaires. The billionaires that we know, they are known for to be billionaires. And I think that's what they're trying to do. And I think well, I'm going to say this. I said before that I believe that Cassie and this Diddy situation was used to open the floodgates. Now everyone is coming through and coming forth, and is a lot other people are being accused of doing some things, that's kind of dark and dirty and secretive. They being, exposed. And I believe that. I truly believe what you do in the dark eventually will come to the light. And I believe that Puff Daddy and his crew are being exposed. But then I started thinking, it's something that really resonated with me when I watched Sloan Bella. She was saying that perhaps they are using him as the sacrificial lamb now. And I started thinking, yeah, I believe that could be true. And the only reason why I believe it to be true is because if you think about it, most of these people with money, millionaires and billionaires, are considered to be elite, and they party with the elite, and most likely they do the same thing that each other do. They run in the same circle. So when you take one down, and I've been watching Gene Deal, that's right, Trish, for years. So when you take one down, it becomes a domino effect. And I remember her saying that Puff Daddy will basically have a domino effect, and they using him as the sacrificial lamb. Now, I always say those good old boys, the good old boys, the puppet masters, will always allow you to get ahead until something you do that they don't like, and then they will rein in the string. They will rein in the strings and make your ass hit reality, knowing, hey, listen, we control all this, because we already know that wealth is different than being rich. If you wealthy, you are wealthy. That means you'll never go broke, basically. If you rich, you can always go broke. We've seen it several times. So the wealthy and the powerful elite controls a lot of this, controls the world, basically. And some people don't want to believe it, but it is what it is. That's reality. So they are working for these wealthy, powerful, elite people. They working for these wealthy, powerful, elite people, and they get to run in their circle. They get to run in their circle until they get tired of their ass. So once you hit that billionaire status, they coming for you. And I think that's what's happening with Puffy. And I think they use Cassie. They waited right to the end of, right at the very end to use Cassie to open the floodgates. And now all these people are, I hear, yep. So these names been thrown around for a long time, but they had to decide who they will use to cast out there to throw to the wolves. And just so happened is Puffy. Somewhere he messed up, or somewhere he thought he became too powerful that the elites just won't stand for that bullshit. And now they got to rope him in, and they're going to destroy him. They're going to destroy him. But then I started thinking, now, we remember Weinstein, Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell. They all was tied in with the same powers to be. And they had these dark parties. They had these lavish parties that, they all engaged in the same thing. So if we get Puffy, is a good possibility that the rest of the dominoes will start falling. So when Bella Sloan said that they using him as a sacrificial lamb, I played that little clip, her little YouTube clip, not her YouTube clip. She did an IG clip. And she was saying that it was someone here that was still going to help Kim Porter's case. They go open the case, and then they're going to know that Kim Porter allegedly didn't die by pneumonia like they said she died. That basically Sloan Bella is saying she was poisoned by small particles inserted into her nose, like a Flonase, something like that, like some type of nasal mist that had some type of chemicals in it that really basically took her out, right? So we know about that. So they trying to open this case up, but then all these other people are coming forward. Now, I have not researched anything on my own, so I can't say that all this stuff is factual, but I do watch Tisa Tells. Shout out to Tisa Tells. Some people like her and some people don't, but I watch her. And I watch Sloan Bella, and they've been really, Tisa Tell has really been digging and digging and digging and digging. And she brought us Jonathan Odie. So who's Jonathan Odie? Remember I said he was the gentleman who went into one of Trump hotels, the Doral, and went haywire. And it's strange that even though he was there to take out so many people because he started ranting about, Puff Daddy, DJ Khaled, and he had, the Clintons. He started naming all these people. Now, remember, Epstein was also tied to these people. See, so this is like the dominoes. Epstein, Weinstein, you got they say the Clintons. They even mention our boy and girl Michelle and Barack, because they again are at that level of what they call the elite. So they run in that circle. Now, everybody I can't say is doing dirty and disgusting things, but when Sloan Bella said that there would be politicians, there would be men from other countries, I thought about it. What is she talking about? What is she talking about? That if Puffy goes down, then there will be more people going down, just like Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell had that black book, I don't know, but supposedly Jeffrey Epstein, somehow when he was in prison, he died. I forgot how he died, but this is the strangest thing. Did he really die? Did we see this gentleman body being taken out? Did we actually see him? Or some say he's on an island. Now, I'm inclined to believe that this gentleman is on an island, that a lot of them start buying islands. When they get money like that, they start buying islands and they start moving over to the islands. And when they on the island, remember, it's only one way in and one way out. So if you over on the island by yourself and you in all these different countries, sometimes you cannot be extradited back to the United States. So even if you did something, they're not going to bring you back to the United States to charge you. So they are living comfortably. And I believe he's over there living comfortably. That's what I believe about Epstein. Now, Weinstein, we know he's in prison. We have seen him, being taken into prison, basically, right? So they after Puffy. So who will come after Puffy? Then they talk about Clive Davis. They talk about Ron Burkle. Ron Burkle supposedly has been funding. He's a capital, what they call a capital venturelist, I think. Yeah, he's an investor. So he's a billion-dollar man. See, he's not just a billionaire. He's a billionaire. He's a multi-billionaire. That's wealth. That's a lot of money that will never go away, that will be handed down from generations to generations, like the Rothschilds, the Vanderbilts, right? Those are wealthy people. Wealthy people. So now if you go after Puffy, and I was thinking to myself, now if they go after Puffy, either one or two things. I said this before. He's either going to be unalived, or they're going to say he committed to get out of here. You know what I mean? Or he's going to disappear. Now he's over in London, they say. He's over there in London, and that's where this multi-billionaire Robert Burkle resides at. And he's like I said, he's a venture capitalist. So he's a big investor, and he invested a lot of money into Sean John, right? Sean John, Puffy's clothing, and then other things. You know, he was behind a Ciroc deal and stuff like that. So they say he is allegedly Puffy's boy toy. Puffy is his boy toy. We thought it was Clive Davis, but they saying that he's really heavily connected to Burkle. Now you got to think about it. The powers to be, they are not going to let this guy destroy them. So somehow he will take the fall for them, but I don't believe he'd be around to ever testify against them. So Jonathan Odie went ranting that day, and they shot him in the leg, and then he ended up in a mental institute. And when he was in a mental institute, he started saying things about the connections. Now, we all know that when we get drugs, the drugs are brought into our communities, not by us, but by our very own people. They use our very own people to destroy us. So this guy is ranting, and he going on about the drugs. And, you know, he used to be a ex-worker, ex-slave for Puffy and Cassie. He had interactions with him. He had videos to prove it. And we all know that everybody loves a video. Even down here on little YouTube, everyone loves to videotape, right? So we remember R. Kelly. His downfall was videotapes. Videotapes. Everyone loves to video. And eventually they bring it to social media. And the good thing about it is, because these people are able to become content creators, get a hold to these videos and expose these people. So I do believe that the connections are so deep, they either have to try to save Puffy, or either they're going to allow Puffy to, they're going to say he's crazy, or he's going to get out here. You know what I mean when I say get out here. He's going to transition his way. Just like we'll say, just like they did Twitch, just like Twitch did. Y'all know, and a couple other of them, when they say they go crazy or something happened to them, they say they commit suicide, right? Because you can't let Puffy really fall if you think about it. If he has that deep connection with multi-billionaires, and those people have partied with him, and they have proof that they have, and concrete evidence that they have partied and done some of the same dark, demonic shit that he has done with kids, or, you know, they like edipals. You know what I'm saying? I try not to say things because I notice where YouTube is messing with your views, and they also taking channels. So I try to not use certain words, you know, so they won't flag the video, or they won't make the video yellow. But my thought was, now, if they allow Puffy to go down, then you have to allow all those other people to be exposed. And I just think now these people are being exposed because the Me Too movement opened the door for people to, they gave them the power, the strength, whatever they needed to come forward with people who have abused them while they've been in this industry. So when this guy said that these people are linked together, I'm inclined to believe that they are linked together. And I do believe that when they talk about the politicians and diplomats from different parts of the world, you know, and they're transporting things into the United States, and the way they transporting it are through jets, you know, and their private planes. And we know cargo moves over here and bringing these drugs to our community. I'm inclined to believe that if the shit busts wide open, a lot of people will be implicated and exposed of their dirty dealings. And when they said, this gentleman also mentioned Ciroc as being liquid cocaine, allegedly. He said this is how they transport it. And he was talking about the rock parties. And they transported over here in liquid. And we all know, if you know science, that liquid you become solids. So is it possible that that stuff was really happening? And that's where a lot of, I mean, this shit been happening for years. This is just not Puffy, allegedly. It's people for years have been transporting drugs into our community in this form. In this form. We don't bring them in our community. They bring them in our community and use us to push into our community, to destroy our community. So they're not coming in here by us. So it has to be someone bigger, and it has to be someone connected that people are overlooking because they all are connected. So no one tells. So when they get exposed, it can be a huge exposure. This Puffy shit can expose thousands of people. Believe it or not, I don't mean hundreds. I mean thousands, something bigger. So they either gonna have to shut him down and shut all these lawsuits down, or they're gonna have to expose themselves. They're gonna have to expose themselves. And now we hearing all these different stories of all these people now being exposed for doing unwanted things to people they come into contact in the industry. Now, they go, hey, Kimberly. Now, do I believe the Tyler Perry thing? Now, if you look, I follow Forbes. My daughter and I have a conversation, and she always say, Mom, you believe everything? No. I follow Forbes, and there are only several Black billionaires, not millionaires, billionaires. So when this gentleman also was explaining about, someone doing something to him and, coming on to him unwantedly, then I thought about it when he said billionaires. You can almost link who he was talking about, right? That's with the Christian guy. But this Cassie thing opened the door for all of this, for these people to feel free to come forth and say what they have to say about this entertainment industry, this demonic industry. And that's a fact. She opened the door for that. But I also thought, who was behind Cassie? What made her wait just till then? And I know Trish said the NDA was up, and that's why she was free to speak. I still believe that someone was pulling strings for her as well, for her to come forward, because they needed somebody to expose him. And when you read her court documents, like I said, they were so vivid. It was so many criminal charges in there. That's why they settled with her, because she would have been coming after criminal charges next. They just did it civilly, but that was for money. But she was coming for the criminal charges, and they didn't want that to happen, so they settled with her. But again, I do believe that if Puffy goes down, there will be a lot others going down along with Puffy or being exposed. So I don't know how they're going to stop that. I'm not sure. But like I said, I'm not too sure that if he did, and I think he has federal charges, right? He has federal charges against him now. They said something about the feds went in his house and confiscated some things. Then you hear someone say, and I don't know how factual this is. Oh yeah, they gonna come for him next. Oh yeah, him. He's damn near untouchable too. One thing about it, Jay Prince is untouchable too. He's been doing shit for years too, and they've been unaliving people allegedly for years, getting away with it. Because again, one can't tell on the other because they all connected. They all are connected. So if I tell on Diva, I got to tell on Kimberly, I got to tell on Trish, I got to tell on Gummy, because we all connected. That's the same thing that happens down here on the YouTube streets. The behind the scenes shit they say. If one go against the other, then they got to go against many of them who have worked behind the scenes. It's no different than in the industry. So now they saying that Cassie turned over Kim Porter's belongings, the phone they was looking for, along with some tapes and manuscripts. Now that's hearsay. I don't know. I haven't seen anything factual. If I drop the link and you want to come up here, you can go ahead and help me out, because like I said, I haven't done no deep research. But I've been listening to people who have done research. Like I said, shout out to Tisa Tells. That girl must stay up all night doing research about this shit, because she have documents and she have proof and she presents them. Now, some people are just saying allegedly. I think I seem like it's no, you either know and have concrete proof to back up your content, or you don't. So yeah, she's on it. Why would they let that get out if she gave it to the feds? Now that's something too, Gummy. I'm thinking it's kind of strange. Why would they let that get out? I don't know. That's why we can't believe everything. But like I said, I do follow Tisa Tells because she is on it. That girl is staying up night and day. How the hell she do it? She's running video behind video. And I tell you, she has evidence. She does thorough research for me. So I like her and I think she's on it. And that's why I go a lot of times and listen to her. And so if she said the feds and she had proof that the feds have confiscated some things from Puffy's house, I'm inclined to believe her. Now, I didn't hear her say about the Kim Porter stuff. If y'all heard that, let me know. I'm gonna drop this link so you guys can help us sister out, because I ain't gonna be here too long. Again, I'm inclined to believe that Sloan Bella was right, that they are sacrificing Puffy because they don't want to be exposed. So they'll go ahead and destroy him because somehow he done pissed in the whiskeys of the powers to be. Again, there is a glass ceiling for us, y'all. Don't not believe it. There's a glass ceiling. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It's always been that way. Okay, so thanks for joining me. That's a thanks and a heart. And let me copy this link and you guys to come on here and tell me what you think. I told you, listen, I do an hour and that's it. And I had to push myself. Hey, RNY, what's going on? I believe Cassie did that now because the Adult Survivor Act was expiring in 11/24. Yeah, but I also believe that someone pushed her to do it too. A lot of times you will use someone to get what you want. That's just in life. And you'll use someone who you know that's you can validate what you say. And she was able to validate and recall all those things that was done to her. And she opened the floodgates. And now's the floodgate because now everyone is coming forward. I like Chronicle Speaks. She's very factual. I watched her too. But she has confirmed Cassie speaking to the feds, but I would doubt she has spoken to them. I don't know if Chronicle speaks, but then again, I don't know, Kimberly. They say she spoke to the feds and she turned over some things that belonged to Kim Porter. Now, I do remember Sloan Bella saying that. If y'all remember, if not, you guys need to go over and watch Sloan Bella's little IG or even her YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel. And she did say someone on this side, she said Kim was telling her, through Kim Porter, someone on this side has all the evidence that they need to help her out. In other words, to expose what really happened to her. And that's why I think Kimora and a couple of them want her case reopened, because perhaps Cassie do have something. Now, I don't know why Kim Porter will give it to Cassie unless her and Cassie was talking behind the scenes, you know, about Diddy and the things that he's done to both of them. And they decided, hey, I want you to cover for me. If something happens to me here, I'm going to give you this. And that's why now at this particular time, Cassie turned over this stuff to the feds and she held it. And she also had that incriminating document. Those charges, like I said, was criminal. And she could have went from civil to criminal. Now, I don't know why. Civil was just monetary, just money. Criminal was deeper, you know. And I just believe that she have what it takes. She has what it takes to put a nail in the coffin for Puff along with other people. Now, some of this stuff we can't believe, baby. Some of these things we just can't believe all of it. But I do believe a lot of what Tisa Tells is saying. Everything is a RICO racketeering charges these days. They are moving people in groups. They are, and I just believe that they are trying to bust the billionaire boys up. They mentioned Robert Smith. Now, when Kristen was talking about a gentleman, and I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but I was very well aware of it, and it made me think that it was Robert Smith, who also was one of the billionaires. He is a billionaire, black billionaire, who did pay off, I think it was Morehouse College, all their loans in 2020. All the students that graduated, he paid their student loans. He is considered a billionaire. He is on Forbes' list. Oprah's on Forbes' list. Tyler Perry is billionaire. So when that guy Christian was talking, I, for myself, believe that it was Tyler Perry and Robert Smith. Now, I don't know who y'all believe it was, but I believe it was them. Let me read some of these comments. You could jump up here and help me out if you want to. Anybody is welcome to come up on the platform. We'll talk about it for a little bit, and then we'll move on. Now they have artificial intelligence. Good evening, Kimberly. Hey, Kimberly Black. Ciroc. Hey, Gummy Bama. What's happening, baby? Oh, nah, bring that other beat back. What other beat back, baby? They are saying she has turned over evidence regarding Kim and Facts. I believe that, Kimberly Black. She said Sloan Bella said somebody on this side was going to help Kim Porter case out because they had the evidence, and it could be Cassie. I don't know. Did the feds really, raid his house, go in his house? I don't know. They're going to get the walrus in the suit too. The walrus in the suit. Who's the walrus in the suit, J2? All OD, the gangs and NOR are connected as well. They all connected. They all politicians, all the diplomats, all of the industry. They all are connected. They all are connected. So let me see. I usually watch okay, I read that. Cassie was certainly used to kick the door down, and everybody is coming out. I'm interested to see how this plays out. Me too. One thing about it is the powers to be, you guys, got a way, and I just want to be honest, to shut us down, to make us go away, to make their problems, their money and their powers could make their problems go away. Now, I'm interested to see how this play out as well, RNY TV, because again, they are the powers to be. And if you bring him down, it's a domino effect. And I say this once again, something was strange about the Keith D situation, where he was just charged after 27 years for Tupac's death. That was some strange shit how that happened. And then shortly after that, the Cassie situation. So see, they already lining it up the way they want us to see it. You welcome. We always have a warm welcome over here. I try to be. And my Queen Diva and Jamila, all my mods are heck of a mods. They make sure they speak to everyone and make you feel welcome. Okay, I read that. I don't know about evidence, but I believe they are doing a secret investigation first. Okay. Even Dumpster is under a RICO for January the 6th. And that sister in New York, she take no prisoners. That sister in New York, if she come to get you, she's coming to get you. Her and her team go get you. And I think they facing charges up in New York. And remember when they said that Diddy didn't have charges? That was a lie. No, that's not no lie. New York do have charges, federal charges on them. They do. I'm sitting here smiling, the Grinch. Yep. It all coming. Yeah, it's coming in 2024, and I'm interested to see it as well. It's about taking back the power. Exactly. You made a good point there. Let's go back. It's about taking back the power. Black people are becoming billionaires and millionaires, and they are beginning to be more powerful than ever with investments and everything, and so our wealth is growing. Again, though, there's a difference in wealth and riches. You can be rich, but if you're wealthy, your wealth will never go away. It's generational. And a lot of black people we know are rich. They're not wealthy. It's just very few wealthy black people. But there's rich black people, but not wealthy. And wealth holds a whole different weight. Powerful, powerful people are wealthy. They are trying to prevent a government takeover. I don't know. We don't want to say. I heard they found Kim Porter's book. I don't know. I heard about T.D. Jakes too, and I'm inclined to believe a lot of this stuff because why would you run in that circle? You know, they always say this: birds of a feather flock together. I can't imagine a pastor, but see, remember, power, millions. T.D. Jakes, he's a powerful, powerful pastor, have a huge following, but I don't know why he would get hooked up and go into parties that involves Diddy and the industry like that. You know, again, that's money. They all connected. So if they take him down, they got to take a lot of others down with them. Yep, the powers to be, they have connected exactly. Yeah, Biggie Smalls, Mother Sue, LAPD. Yeah, I heard that. So I'm gonna drop this link one more time. Y'all know I ain't gonna be here very long, but somebody hop up here and help me. I don't mind. Tell me what you know. Hey, add to the conversation. Now I told you I ain't gonna sit up here no hour by myself. They don't positively in black. No, but you know what? It's a shame because they always use our own people against us. We know we are not moving that much weight into our community, but you know that poor people, you move those drugs into the community, we will disperse them because they make us some money. And some of us who move drugs fluently like that, believe it or not, some of us could become millionaires. And when I mean us, I'm talking about black people, African American people. I'm talking about minorities. You know, the cartels are big, and the cartels include every ethnic group, every religion group, every ethnic group makes up a cartel. Not just you think the Mexican cartel. No, there's other cartels as well. Kojic is part of the black elite. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get, you know, I'm telling you that show was so on point that I was watching. What's the series that I just got finished watching? And I was telling you how it had everyone from every denomination, and they were all tied in to be part of the cartel to move drugs into the communities, into their communities. And most of those drugs are brought into our community, the black community, to destroy us because they are afraid we're going to get so powerful that we will take over. I agree with you, Unapology, High Frequency. I believe you. Hold on, baby. Let me make sure this you. Hold on. I got to get a little banner up. We'll put that one up. That's you, QI?
In the building.
Hey, QI, thanks for joining me, babe. What you want to add to it? Because I know you on
Well,
top of it.
I'm gonna try to be very careful about because I've been
Yeah.
researching a lot of stuff for years.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just show you where I started, and it's gonna sort of lead on to lead on to lead on. Some of the stuff you're gonna have to fill in. You're gonna have to fill in the what do you call it, the gaps. But pretty much with the Kanika Jenkins situation, I started to look into what was happening in Chicago, right? And I started to look at a lot of the gang organizations, how they were founded, and a lot of those gangs, they lead or are up under most black religions, as well. When you look at the what I want to say, the headquarters of most black religions, like the Hebrews, like the Moors, like the Nation of Islam, the headquarters is in Chicago. So that led me on a path. And then I noticed that, like, with if you talk to a lot of real gang members, they're gonna tell you that, they pray or they exercise religion within their organization. That's a part of their sort of ritual or practice. All right, now, one of the things I also noticed that a lot of the rappers and different things of that nature, they had high regard for Minister Farrakhan. You notice a lot of rappers, they always, pretty much went, and visit Farrakhan, and I'm like, okay. And a lot of times he was acting in the fashion that he wanted to make them positive or make a positive change or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
looked at the fact that if you have Minister Farrakhan Million Man March in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
why is the violence so high in Chicago? Violence so high in Chicago. And then you look at everything is about money, everything is about commerce. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you get me? Everything is about money, everything is about commerce. So, you got um pow pows, you got drugs, you have and I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to choose my words very carefully, so bear
Yeah.
with me. Then you
Good. Yeah.
have the selling of people, right?
Human. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got
you know what I'm saying.
trafficking. Yep. She
Right.
named that though. She named that as well. She named that
Okay,
cat.
so that is since slavery, since
Mm-hmm.
slavery, it really hadn't stopped, and that's the biggest industry, because that's where their connection to Dubai comes in. Notice everybody was trying to push people to Dubai, go to Dubai, and then notice that a lot of black people or black women that went over to Dubai, they had issues and different things of that nature. But Dubai was a hot spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even Jay Prince and what's Jay
Oh yeah.
Deion Sanders' wife, ex-wife that now
Yep.
dates Jay
Pilar.
Prince.
Pilar is
Yeah,
with Jay
she was
Prince.
even over there.
Yep.
She,
Mm-hmm.
she was even
Mm-hmm.
over there, right? All right, so um then you got to look at, okay, Texas. Like, we often wonder why people can do so much and never get in trouble, and then they even like, not many people can, how can we say it, the FBI has a 98, the feds have a 98 percent conviction rate. So, like, especially not
Yeah,
many
correct.
black people, yeah, can
Mm-hmm.
get but there is a black person that has actually uh how won, like, won against the FBI. And so I asked
Yeah,
myself, now,
that's a
how
tough
is
one
this?
though.
I asked myself, how is this? So, like, during that little takeoff situation, I started looking into some things as well, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that people are connected to, they're right there at that border, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, there's
Mm-hmm.
a that's actually where stuff comes from. Because, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Houston has a high rate of what is that, that STD. They have a high rate of that STD. It's a lot of that's a big industry. The sex industry is a big industry in Texas, as well as we
Mm-hmm.
know the drug industry is a big
Exactly.
industry in Texas. When they were
Exactly.
putting that that Nile out here, when they was putting that
Mm-hmm.
Nile out
Mm-hmm.
here,
Mm-hmm.
it was actually, like, if you trace it back, it was actually from Texas, and then it made it over there into Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That border over
right,
there. That's a lot of movement over at that border. Go ahead.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And trucks, and there you got to look at
Mm-hmm.
truck
Mm-hmm.
driving, and all of that different stuff. So pretty much, the United Nations, they've been talking about this for a while, because there's an epidemic of missing girls, children, and
Uh-huh.
even
Uh-huh.
some little boys, right? It's been going
Mm-hmm.
on for a long time. People have been crying out about, like, what are they going to do about it, and all of this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Then then you got a lot of the a lot of the Me Too and different things of
Mm-hmm.
that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have been talking about before Trump, or Trump sort of blocked it to a certain degree.
Yeah, just say 40. Yeah, don't say his name because
Okay,
we ain't
40, what is it, 45?
mm-hmm. I
Okay,
don't know.
45 blocked it, right? He
Yep.
blocked it because they were coming out with it was sort of supposed to be an international law
Uh-huh.
against,
Mm-hmm.
like the hate crime bill or whatever to
Uh-huh.
protect women and children.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of blocked it to a certain degree. And I don't know if y'all remember when 45 first got in office. First of all, he had been accused of a 13-year-old. All of a sudden, that just magically went away.
You see, a
Okay, and
lot of
then
it
not.
does. A lot of it
Mm-hmm,
does. That's why I say they all connected. They are all
uh-huh.
connected. Let,
And
let
see,
me ask.
people think
Go ahead. Go ahead.
people think it's about like people think that it's about a party. It is to a certain degree because there is one party that has like definitely, like I said, 45 came out here and said women will lose their rights. 45 did a male only voting map
Mm-hmm.
when he was right before he got ready to run for re-election, re-election. And I did a video, I did a breakdown of it, where like he wanted to take away
Mm-hmm.
uh uh
Women's.
women's rights.
Mm-hmm.
And like, let me tell you how dangerous that is, first of all, for black people.
Wait, QI, before we get off on that tandem. QI, wait, before we, I mean, you have a plethora of knowledge here, but I just want to ask you, what do you think about the P. Diddy situation? Because and about the billionaires being exposed and the billionaires, why you think that they being exposed and they go fall from grace? That's where I want to go because I know you have knowledge about the industry too. I know where you going with a lot of things that's happening, even in politics, because all of it ties together. But what do you think about the Puff situation?
When you what I think about Puffy is that he is he is very responsible, because we think that they're all together, but then when you have people who start getting benefits and start gaining wealth, and then they try to take
Mhm.
off and start doing their own thing,
Same thing. Mhm.
people
Mhm.
don't like that. And that's what happened. A lot of the black men elitists
Mhm.
started taking off trying to do their own thing. And
Mhm.
how can they're connected to every, like, I gotta say, it was pretty brilliant. It was pretty brilliant, and it was done right out under our nose, because like I said, they're connected to everything. We got to
Yeah.
first look at the black elite, because it's black
Yeah.
elite and the witch colony. It's been like that forever, since the
Mhm.
Moors. If you go back and look at the Moors and the
Mm.
it's been like that. It has been like that forever, and the Moors never stopped working. They're still in full effect. So
Mhm.
I'll well, let me put it this way: our skin folks ain't kin folks. That's how that
Info.
goes.
Yep. Because I
And so,
believe. Go ahead. Well, let me just interject right here, right quick, and I'm gonna let you back on.
all right,
I do believe, like you said, they are afraid because we're getting too powerful. But
not
here's the
we.
thing about it.
Not
Who
we, they.
they they getting
Yeah,
too
because
powerful.
they not with us. Like, they not our kin folks now. Remember that.
Right, right, right. Okay, they were getting too powerful. And here's the thing, though. Here's the reality. They don't have as much as power as they think because they still under the thumb of the powers to be. The powers to be. They only have so much, they have limited powers. But see, again, they use those folk who we think our kin folks and who will look out for us and do the right thing. They are using those folk to destroy us. And when you start to expose them and get too close to them, then they will destroy you. And that's what I think is happening to Puffy.
That
I think
too, but those people also are not our kin folks, so they also want to destroy us as well.
they are because you're right. They using them because of well, I see where you going with that, baby. I see where you going with that. They're not our family either. They're not our kinfolk because basically they consider themselves better, and because they have more money and they more powerful, they will destroy us quicker than they will. In other
Because we
words.
got to say that P. Diddy is guilty of his actions.
Oh, absolutely. But there's a hell of a lot more of them too that's going to be
Yeah,
exposed.
it definitely is. It definitely is. And which leads me to wonder what's going to happen next, because it's coming out. Like they actually solved the Tupac and Biggie case way back.
Long time
Way
ago.
back.
Long time ago.
Yeah, with that detective from LA. And he even wrote a book and he did
Yep.
videos and different things of that nature on it. And he stated, the detective stated, it was going to be a case that was unsolved. Now,
Yep.
I don't know what happened with Keefe D or whatever, but I know one thing. Keefe D is Pyru or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know what exactly happened with that or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. To get, I don't know, some kind of way. There's some kind of little sticky situation, because when you look
Mm-hmm.
at it, you got Epstein, Weinstein, you got
All of them.
even you got everybody. Everything is coming out. It's like they began to be sloppy, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so basically, this is like in even like in any organization, in anything that you do as a group, right? That's why they say
Mm-hmm.
it's better to work alone.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you
I
look at these
agree.
Rico cases and stuff, they all end up snitching on each other.
Exactly. But I
They
don't think
all
that
snitch.
I really believe, and this is just my belief. I really believe that before they allow him to drag them down, or to expose them, I think they'll get rid of them. And when I mean get rid of them, I mean the face of the earth. That's what I believe. I
Him
believe.
along with some other folks as well.
Mm-hmm. Him
Him
and some
along with,
other.
yeah, so everybody is in a survival mode right now. They're trying to save their own behinds.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Mm,
me?
yeah, I think so too. I think they try, but I don't think they can.
They
Now,
can't.
yeah, I don't think they can. I think, like I said, I don't know who and where it started from. I just believe that it was Keefe D, then Cassie, and I don't know who did it or why they did it, but I believe they used them to open up the floodgates to attack a lot of these African American, these black men,
And you know who the
to
biggest
expose
snitch
them.
is? I
Who?
bet you. Can you guess who the biggest snitch is going to be?
Out of who? The biggest snitch
Just
out of
think.
who?
Just think. Who do you think is going to be the biggest snitch?
Damn, I don't know.
How about
I
45?
Oh, you think 45?
45 has been connected to hip hop.
Oh,
45
but
has
they
been,
all have. They all have. You got to think
yeah.
about it. When that guy Jonathan Odie said about HRC and her husband, and how her husband, I did start, looking back, trying to do a little research. They were very connected to this Ron guy, this Ron Burkle, this multi-billionaire, not multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire. They were very connected to him. And a
And
lot of politicians are very
mhm,
well connected
connected.
to him. And
Hmm.
he is funding a lot of these people campaigns to
Hmm.
improve the Democrats for sure. So
And
that leads
so,
me to believe that your cousin and his wife may be connected to this bullshit as well, too.
hmm like, when, okay, that's why they were pushing for 45. They were really pushing for 45. They were
You think
pushing,
to expose them?
but 45 got a little sloppy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
45 got sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you think
so,
they was pushing him to expose these people or to be a
no, they
part of
were
this?
pushing him to be back in office. They're still trying to
Oh,
push
you
for him
talking
to
about
be back in office.
Oh yeah, yeah. They trying to get him back in office. And why you think that is? I don't know. Do you if you look at it too, you got to look at who owns the industry. Who owns the industry? And you know
Well,
they
they.
would go
Mhm,
ahead.
go ahead.
They
No,
were
you
saying
go ahead. I
that,
know who owns it. I didn't want. I don't want to say. We don't want to
but
say
I,
them.
I know. I think no, we know the J Boys. The J Boys
Yeah.
own it. J Boys are up there running the industry. You know, the J Boys are up there. Y'all have to just guess who we talking about. The J Boys. That's why you can't never say anything against them, and you can't never do anything to them because
Especially in
they.
media because they are in direct control and
Mhm.
you will be taken down. We have
Yeah,
noticed
you
and
will.
witnessed that young Pharaoh. I think somebody else just got taken down not too long ago, but they not playing.
And that's why you can't say anything about them. You can't say a word about them because they own up all this shit. They own it all. You know, and it's
Hmm.
hard to say something. But I do believe now, let me ask you something. Do you believe this Tyler Perry thing and this Christian Keys?
I don't know. I hadn't really looked into it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really looked into it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put. I won't say yay or nay because I can't. I wouldn't put it past him. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, it's not something that I actually see him participating in.
Who? You don't
Uh,
think Tyler Perry?
uh,
Hmm.
like I said, I'm still up in the air with that. I'm still up in the air with. I'm still up in the air with that one. But I guess I'm gonna say yeah. I do agree because
You
he
know,
is connected. He's connected to the churches.
for all of, and let me tell you something, people hide behind the cloth all the time, and most people get so caught up in dogma, religion, not
Hmm.
spirituality, religion, that we believe people, and it's hard for us to think bad of them or see bad of them because they deliver in supposedly God's
We're
word.
programmed.
So we so
It's
programmed with
indoctrination.
indoctrination, right? It's dogma. You know, that's why a lot of people are moving away from religion too, and they going with spirituality. You know what
And
I
free
mean?
thinking. Yeah,
The
because
free,
when you look at it, okay, they know like it's just like this, like we're colonized through the mind only.
right? Exactly,
Only.
exactly. Only through the mind.
Yeah.
Only. That's a good
And
way of
so
putting it.
when you begin to see that, that's why they took control of media. That's why
Yeah.
they took control of religion.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking control of all of the things that have a major mental and spiritual effect over us.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
they've disconnected us from nature. Now let me tell you the biggest thing now, like if y'all are spiritual people, this may or may not go over your head. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I ain't gonna go too deep.
Throw it
But
out there, Kira.
okay, you remember they thought that the world was coming to an end because of the Mayan calendar, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
they found out that the world wasn't coming to an end, that it started a new age, right? So now we're in the age of Aquarius. If you really want to understand like the direction in which everything is flowing or going, then
Mm-hmm.
you research the age of Aquarius and what that means. Like if you're into zodiacs,
Uh,
research Aquarius and what that really means. And
well, I'm an
you know,
Aquarius.
all right, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. That is a very good thing. Divine feminine energy.
Yeah, I'm an Aquarius,
Divine
darling.
feminine energy. And so like every age brings about something different. Even when it comes down to precious metals like gold, silver, and different things of
Mhm,
that nature. Like
mhm,
the world has a science. Like it's a science. It's a how
exactly.
can I put this? um Whether you want to say God, most high,
Mhm,
universe, whatever you
mhm.
believe in, but that higher source, everything is created and governed by nature, right?
Uh-huh.
And everything has a design and a plan. And see, that's our
Exactly.
problem. We don't know. We like I push STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and that's why we fall behind because we don't keep up with that stuff.
Mhm. But they
We don't,
pushing
and
STEM. They pushing STEM in the well, yeah, they really push it in other communities, but they are
yeah, they
now
don't
pushing
push it
it.
to us. Not even in school. Like even when you go to school, they tell us, like, especially with women, they tell you, math anxiety. That it's a lot of different things. They push you
They,
away from the actual sciences of nature, like how to go out there and grow. Like we no longer, back in our day, my grandparents, they use natural remedies,
oh,
and we got
absolutely.
to
Back in her day too. You didn't have all
we
this medication, all this modern stuff. No, you didn't. You used natural remedies. And a lot of them back in the day too. They did a lot of their own growing things and homegrown remedies and all that. Yeah, this is nuance. Yeah, I believe in science and I believe in STEM. I believe in STEM and I believe that they was pushing more of the STEM in the schools now, but I'm not sure because I haven't been in the school system, to
it depends
know
on which school
how it
too.
works. Of
It
course,
also,
of course.
which school and where that school is located, and how much, like, the economics of that school. But so they took us away from the herbals, right? And now look
Mm-hmm.
at how much money they're making off of this again. Then they took us away from farming. They almost fought, because I'm from a farm area, my family farm. They almost like tried to push or fight us away from farming, only
Mm-hmm.
only for it to become now a viable necessity.
Look at marijuana, CBD.
Right,
Look at that, how they did that. How they ban
right.
that, and then all of a sudden the government is making money off it. It's very profitable to them. They talking about it's just oil. Different than CBD oil and the
Right.
difference of it. No, you knew that all a while. You just making money off of it now because you saw how lucrative it could be.
And
So now
depending on
the
what
government making money off of
depending on what state you're in, because here, like my family, we are looking into that, but they make it hard for people of, black people, because
it. Color,
you
yeah.
have to have a lot of upfront money, because just like if you don't grow your crop, you have to have your own what do you call it, your own biologist,
Mm-hmm.
to
Oh,
test your
okay, yeah,
plants. Because if your
yeah.
plants
Test
come out
out.
and they're too
Mhm.
strong or whatever,
Yeah,
then you
yeah,
have to burn the whole crop. So that
yeah. I
means
get
you
what
could,
you're saying. But there are
yeah.
black
So
biologists. You know what? We are, that's what I'm saying. We are powerful people to a certain extent. We limit ourselves because
we
there
don't
are black
apply ourselves.
biologists. There are black biologists, but it seems like every time and I'm talking about African American people, minorities too, every time they get a hold to something and they make it solid, no one wants to invest in them. For one, they don't want to invest in them. And then I think what happens is we get, well, like, you get the type of attitude is like, well, I can't get this investment, I can't get this off of the ground, so you don't go full force in trying to invest in things, because there are biologists out there.
Hmm.
Where I live in my area, there are many black doctors. You wouldn't see that
Hmm.
before. There's
And
a
you can
lot
learn
of black doctors, a lot of black scientists around. There is plentiful. It's plentiful. It's just that we don't go forward with it because no one supports us, when we
and
want
then
to
you can learn a
invest.
lot of stuff on your own. Like it's you can learn a lot of stuff on your own. Like you can buy the biology books. You can buy,
Mhm.
you can learn a lot of things on your own if you apply
Mhm.
yourself, because it's just natural science that our
Right.
ancestors mastered. Our
Yeah.
ancestors mastered these things. They were the master of, back in the day they had the farmer's almanac that came from our people.
Mhm. Mhm. We
And we
had a
have to
lot of
give.
things back in the day. I don't know. Yeah, we had a lot of things back in the day. You
Right,
know,
Carter G. Woodson, he explained it the best. It was like the miseducation of the Negro. It's like when we began to want to go to work for them. their corporate
Mhm.
jobs and different things, and then we didn't go back home to help the because we had we were segregated, so we had our own
Yeah.
laundromats, we had our own grocery stores, we had our
Mhm.
own everything, but instead of us going back home and helping our family out, we want to be the big dog in the family. Somebody want to be the big dog in the family and look like they had more than everybody else, and that's where we completely lost
Lost our way. We just
connection.
lost our way. We lost our
Hmm.
way.
And
Yeah,
the
I don't
thing is,
understand.
the 48 laws of power, and then they've been using the same tricks on us over and over again. Like I said, like we said, indoctrination, colonization is mental, and so it's
It's,
divide and conquer. Look at how
mhm.
they use YouTube and different social media
Yeah,
apps
just
to
listen.
divide and conquer.
They use us down here. And I'm gonna tell you, they don't promote a lot of positivity. I don't know what's going on here. But the views are being messed with through YouTube. And not to get off the subject, but it's just a fact here. They promote a lot of the non-positive things on here versus the positives. You
Facts.
know, and that's like you said, they have taken and they have indoctrinating us with, a lot of
Mind
negativity
control.
and mind control and darkness. And so
That's
that's what
mind
sells.
control.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
mind
sells. And that's
control, and
what's
that's
selling
also
over here.
witchcraft and everything. It's
Oh
all
yeah.
mental.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's the purpose. That's the purpose of television. That's the purpose
Hmm.
of this YouTube. Of this YouTube
Exactly.
too. That's the purpose of social media. When I was in college, I had to do a research paper on the computer, and I said that the computer would be a double-edged sword, and I had to explain how it would be negative and positive, and it turned out just like that. It could be
Hmm.
positive, but it could damn sure be negative. It could be
And see,
beneficial to you in a lot of ways.
they don't have to do anything to us because we're doing it to ourselves because we have been
Exactly.
socially programmed
Programmed.
to hate
Exactly.
ourselves.
Exactly. Damn, and that's pretty deep, but it's been like that for years and years,
Years.
years. So let
But
me
we
ask
have to
you.
reverse it in
Go
order
ahead.
to survive. Now you can't do a big community. You got to do start like pretty much with
Mhm,
your family and your local community, but you got to
mhm.
reverse it because look, if something major happens, right? If something major happens and everybody got to bind together. See, back in the days, my great grandparents and stuff, my grandparents, they binded together. Like if somebody didn't have something, the whole community went and helped that family out. You
Yeah, it's
know,
not like that. And you know what? To be honest with you, I don't want to sound like a negative Nelly, but at this point, I think we are so programmed to hate ourselves, and this is reality, that I don't think it will ever be that way. You know,
everybody is not like they well this is where because what do you say, what do I say? I read the Bible, I read a lot of stuff, but I don't read it like everybody else. I read it from the allegory point of view, and everything has
mhm.
a deeper meaning, and then you really have to translate it from the Hebrew language, the original Hebrew language,
Yep,
because
yep.
everything has a meaning.
Mhm.
But they say the chosen are few, only the
Yep.
strong will survive. All of this
Mhm.
stuff has a meaning, and and it doesn't mean strong like physically, it means strong like mentally, strong
I
like
think so.
spiritual. Back a long
Spiritually.
time ago, they talked about World War III, and they talked about the fact that it was going to be an information war.
Hmm.
It's an information war, just like they had everybody the tissue paper crisis.
Oh God. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how easy it is. It's like people are
Yep.
guinea pigs
Program
because
us.
they don't.
Program us.
Right, because people don't know how to free think. And then they don't have enough knowledge. They don't do enough research. They jump out on the edge. Just like, that poke, poke, boom. I never did that. You know why? Because, first of all, I have allergies. And, so I already know, it's certain things my doctor won't even give me because of the simple fact of, my allergies, right? So,
What's
I
poke poke
looked
boom?
into it and I was like, what does it contain? And then
What is
come to
that?
find out, huh?
You talking so fast. What is poke poke boom? I don't know what the hell that is.
Think about what we just went through and what everybody had to,
Ah.
what they were trying to make everybody get.
Oh, 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 oh. Okay. Okay. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you. Go
and see,
ahead.
I didn't do that because there wasn't enough information. Like when you, if a
Mhm,
doctor prescribes you some medicine, right? I
mhm,
have to, me with my allergies, I have to do the chemical breakdown of that medicine to find out if I'm allergic to something in that
mhm,
medicine or not. A lot
mhm.
of times the doctors will do it, but see, sometimes the doctors they might make a slip up or a mistake. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
they make
Or
mistakes,
they
huh?
might intentionally
Every
not
day,
give a care. You know what I'm saying?
every day, every day they make mistakes, baby.
But
Every
I never could get a clear chemical breakdown of any of that stuff. And then I used to ask the doctors because I'm an antagonizer when it comes down to stuff like
oh,
that. I asked the doctor, and I told him, I said, look, it's because like I have a severe allergy, and I asked several doctors, I need to, know if this is gonna be safe for me to blah blah, and they never would give me a confirmation.
mm,
Never would. And so I was just like, nah, I'll just
no,
keep taking all my vitamins and different things to keep my immune system strong because it is a thing that deals with the immune system. So,
mhm.
naturally you need to just keep your immune system strong. And that's what I did. And, I've been cool.
Yeah, that I mean, I'm gonna tell you, because of my profession, I had to get it right.
I know. And that's
I
the
try
other,
not, hold on. I try not to, but that's another thing too, how they force you to do things. Because I
right,
had to do it in order to work, and in order to eat, I have to work, right? And so I
right.
had to, but I waited until the very last minute. But here's the craziest thing, and Diva will tell you, and then I'm gonna get ready to get out here. Diva will tell you, I fought for a long time not to get it until they said if I didn't get it, that I would be unemployed by a certain date. And
Right.
so I was like, well, the hell with it. I'll be unemployed here, but I'll go somewhere. No, they made it as though you damn near couldn't move, especially in the medical profession. You couldn't move unless you got it. You know,
That's why we have to go back to being more self-sufficient when it comes
I
down
know,
to.
but why? Here's
I'm not
reality,
blaming
baby.
you.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
I'm
I
not
know
blaming you
because it's reality. But here's the craziest thing. Everyone around me, now Diva gonna say I had it. Everyone around me got that C-19. I never did get it and never took the jab until way after everyone had gotten that. I
because you
never took
already have a strong immune system.
Not only that, it was a mental thing too. To me, it was a
Mm-hmm.
mental thing for me. And my family thought I was crazy. And my kids, oh well, if you just get out of here, mom. In other words, when I said get out here, if I just transition, because you don't want to listen, and then all of us at stake, and my family is all in the uproar. And I just said, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. Now, mentally, I believe I saved myself because I never thought I had it. If I had it, I didn't know. I continue to do what I did every day, take my vitamins, drink my orange juice, and drink my whatever vitamins I
Mm-hmm.
had. And I
Antioxidants,
never,
whatever.
yeah, look, she said I spread it to the whole family. In their mind, I spread it to the whole family. To me, I never got sick. I never got sick. Everybody got sick where they was home, they was laid up. I kept it moving. I kept
Because
it
they give it to you. Like they don't realize they give it to you when they give it to you.
and I worked. Let me tell you something, QI worked in the thick of it, and I never ever, in my mind, I believe I never ever got the C-19.
You
Everyone
did.
else did, and
Yeah,
like
you
I said, I waited to the very end to get the jab because I had to eat, I had to work, and they make it like
right.
that. They made it though. If you want to keep your job, you have to take it. If you want to
Okay,
work
which is gonna bring
around
us
here, and
to a
like I
full
said, I was in
circle.
the thick of things.
Now we're gonna make this a full
Okay.
circle, right? So like whenever they need to push something, they've always used the celebrities, right? They've always used the
Yep.
celebrities, they've
Yep.
always used the
Yep.
music because we look up to them
That's
people.
what
And
we
that's
talking about now, though. That's what we talking
right.
about now. Go ahead. They
Yeah,
use
and
us.
so right, and so now they no longer need them.
Exactly. So that's a good point there. Now they no longer, they always come to us. Think about it. They always come to the hip hop community to try to get you to vote for them, to try to buy you try to get you to promote a product they wanted to make billions off of, just like the Ozempic, the Majaro, the Wegovy,
Mm-hmm.
all those things. Remember, the celebrities are pushing that. So when you come to the people who really need it, they can't get it because the celebrities are paying the full price for it to lose weight. And you have people really out there who need it. But who did they use to endorse and to push it? The celebrities. Who they used to push the jab? The celebrities was out there
Mm-hmm.
pushing. Again, they always use us to destroy us. That's what we were saying earlier. That's
And
why. Go ahead. Go
notice
ahead.
that a lot of the celebrities are self-destructing first.
Oh, absolutely. But they also, like you said, they use them and then they toss them to the side. Now they don't use Puffy
Or
because I
they
gotta bring it back to Puffy before we leave here because that's what it. Now they don't use Puffy. They didn't use Tyler Perry. They didn't use a lot of the. They didn't use Jay-Z. They didn't use Jay Prince. They didn't use a lot of these black millionaires and billionaires to destroy our community, and now you don't need them. You want to destroy them, just like they did R. Kelly. They knew what R.
Yeah,
Kelly
because
was.
we're on auto popular at this point. We're on autopilot in terms of that. Because look at this with the music, right? Back in our day, we had neo soul. We had, even, we had neo soul. We had soul. We had
Yep.
R&B. We don't have that no more, and everything has the same meaning or message. It's either
Oh
it's
yeah.
money, sex, or
Go ahead.
violence.
Yeah, money, sex, or violent. And I have to say this: they make sure that they keep that in our faces. And I don't mean to offend you or piss you off. But if you think about it too, they promote a lot of homosexuality. And I don't mean to step on your feet, but I want to
No,
bring it
you're
back to
not.
you.
You're not, but
Listen,
it's not.
and the
It's not
reason why,
homosexuality that they're promoting.
what
They're
do they promote?
promoting. They're promoting that. You remember it was one time when they wanted to add that P to the end of it, and a lot of people had a problem with that,
Ah,
right?
oh, shit. Okay, I got you. I got you. And you know why I thought so? Because think about it. Now, this is reality when we talking about families, building units, staying strong. You can't, and the reason why I say that it seems like they really promote a lot of that, and that P, I'm glad you brought that to my attention. That P is because they don't want us to procreate. They don't see we were getting too powerful, and you could just look at Nick Cannon. I'm gonna use him. Remember, they tried to destroy his ass. But think about it. This gentleman is creating baby after baby after baby after baby. Now, here's the difference. It's not a strong, solid black family, but it's a family unit. You know what I mean?
And
But
you got to
they
look at natural. You know what natural selection is?
no, break it down. Hey Lena,
All right.
hey,
You
go ahead.
look into natural selection and different things about how they can make you a perfect person by going in and going in and correcting your genes, going in biologically and correcting your genes or whatever to make you more perfect or whatever, to kill a lot
Yeah.
of ailments. They've been doing it with a lot of animals and different things like that,
Mhm,
but they
mhm.
play around a lot, with genetics and with genetics. And then you got to look at this artificial intelligence thing.
Artificial intelligence. And look how now think about it. You know how they want so many celebrities to look alike. What you think that's about too? And I'm gonna wrap it up. You notice how they want everybody to damn near look alike. What do you think that's about? I know we got off the
Because
subject.
the elite, the ones with money, and we're not talking about a specific race, creed, or
Mhm,
color or anything, but the
mhm.
elite, the elite group, pretty much, like all they need is servants and people to do their laboring, and laboring or whatever. Other than that, they want to be able to sit back and have people work for them. They want to be able to live forever. They want to be able to, they want to be able to live forever or expand their lifespans or whatever. They want their bloodline stuff forever remain on top.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm telling you, I
All
had
right,
to.
yeah.
No, no,
And
no.
we don't
Wait,
went
hold
to
on. Hold on. You went deep, but that's okay because that's what it's about. Everything is not about a fight. Everything is not about a drag and a gag. I truly appreciate a stimulating conversation, and that's what you delivered today. You have a plethora of information. And I respect that, and I'm glad you joined the panel.
and
Well,
I
you and
appreciate your platform as well, where we
yeah,
have
I
free
loved
thinkers.
it. I loved it. I really did love this conversation. You enlightened some of us. And if you think about it, even though we didn't particularly say, Puff Daddy, TD Jakes, and all these other people, when it came to what you was breaking down, you were you were tapping more into the indoctrination of what's
And
going
how
on,
it works as a whole,
how it
because
works as a whole, right? And I appreciate that because you did bring it, we did bring it right back to where it sits. They are using these people, they have programmed these people to think that they were better than these people and to help destroy these people. That's basically what it is.
they're
And now
gonna make
that
us
they don't need them,
robots.
right. Now they don't need them. They go ahead and throw their asses to the wolves after they already came in here and mucked up a bunch of young women and men in that industry. I believe all what I hear about Puffy, and I believe about TD Jakes. I believe about Tyler Perry because, like you said, they don't believe they us. They pretend like they us, but they really not down for us. All kin folks ain't skin folks. That's what you said,
And you
right?
got to remain
Kin
humble.
folks
It's
ain't
like
kin
you got to, just like even on here, right? There are
folks.
people who do bad things on this application to be at the top, to stay at the top or whatever,
Hmm.
but some people have morals, some people have principles,
Hmm.
and some people know that all money ain't good money.
My dad always told me that, and I live by that. I live by my moral code. All money ain't good money. And you are absolutely right. And it's a shame because the same way that the elites and that the industry think that, and the things that they do, people do it right down here on YouTube as well.
Right in
And
your
then it's
faces,
all
right?
connected right in their face. But when
Yep.
you don't
So
have free thinkers, and that's when you hit on that free thinker thing, when you have group thinking, it's easy to be led astray.
that's like
When you are a
program. If you
free thinker, it's hard to be led astray. And I
right.
think you don't have enough free thinkers because free
Mm-mm.
thinking takes a lot. You got to think about to think free, you have to educate yourself to a certain level. You have to continuously learn different things about lots of things. And a lot of people don't do that, to include
And you
myself.
have to analyze. You have to sit back
Yeah.
and you have to analyze. You can't come to a fast conclusion of things. You have to like break it down to the root of it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree. It got kind of deep here, but I like it, Q. I like it a lot. It was a difference. I started out talking about the billionaire boys because again, I do believe anything you do in the dark will come to light. I do believe a lot of things that's being said is true. I just have not done research on myself to see that is all facts, but I know that these people are being exposed, and I think it's just time for them to knock some of those people out the billionaire status. They
Oh,
want
they
to get
doing a lot at one time. It's like
yeah,
they about to. I believe in them camps they been talking about too, because
abolition.
they about to incarcerate a lot of people.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I've been
but let's
sending
go there. Let's go there for a minute. You said they about to incarcerate a lot of people, right?
yes.
I want to hold that for a minute. I just want to stay there a minute. And I said I was gonna wrap this up, right? And the reason for them, we all know prison the pipeline. And so the reason for that is what? So we can't procreate because we
The
are
only
the
way to slavery, the only way back to slavery, what's the Fifth Amendment? What is it? The 16th Amendment. The only way back to slavery is through crime.
yep. But again, what they trying to do, they trying to incarcerate as many as black men, and now they doing black women. But
They
remember,
doing
they
the
separate. But
PPP
there's a
loans, PPP loans, what PPP loans, a lot of stuff that's going on right now here on the internet. It's a lot of stuff right here in all of these sectors of the internet.
listen, everything is purpose. No one gives you anything. There's a purpose. And so many people, damn, we could do this all night. So many people went for that PPP loan, right? And
Mm-hmm.
now they will be investigated and they either have to pay back those big loans, else what? They'll be incarcerated. So once you
Exactly.
incarcerate and you keep incarcerating so many more of our people, we are not able to procreate, to grow, to become powerful.
We
So
slave.
even
I mean, they got a workforce. They got a free. They got free labor.
they got free
They have
labor, but
free
then again, too, it's
labor.
bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that too. You're right. They have free labor, but I really believe it's to stunt the growth of black people who could become powerful. I think they know that if they allow so many of us who's really going to put back in the community, help the community flourish, and put programs in place so we can have our own businesses and potentially build a Black Wall Street again, I believe they are trying to shut that shit down by incarcerating people. Because when you incarcerate people and you give them a time, they can't procreate. It's all
Right.
about
It goes deeper.
procreation.
It goes a lot deeper. It goes a lot deeper than that. And I'm not gonna really go there, but I'm just gonna say this. At the end of the day, it is man versus nature.
Okay.
Man versus nature. Man versus God. But man versus
Mm,
nature. Because
mm,
they disconnected us. The whole thing is they disconnected us from nature. They're disconnecting us from our natural selves. They're
well,
disconnecting us from
yeah.
our natural minds. They are
Mm,
disconnecting us
it's
from
deep.
nature.
It's deep. It's deep. It's very deep. And like I said, we could go on about this for hours. You're very knowledgeable.
Right. I'm trying to end it right here before I go too deep.
No, no, but that's okay. You are always welcome back. I don't think I'm gonna tell you when you go deep like that, I can't always hang, but I have to go back and research or read a little bit so we can come
Right.
back and have this conversation. But I think in the ballpark, we talking about the same thing. You see it one way, you go deep on one aspect, and I see it on another. I really do believe that they are trying to take the power away from us because we're coming to becoming too powerful and they don't want us up there. They
Well,
don't
as
want
above, so
power.
below. Like you cannot like they're trying to be God, right? You can't be God. You can't
Mhm.
defeat God. But in their minds, they think that they
Well,
can.
they think they God. They think they God.
Yeah,
And
they
they're
think they,
losing.
yeah,
And
narcissistic,
very
narcissistic.
narcissistic. Very
But
narcissistic.
like to start researching, just to have an idea, I want you to have a certain frame of mind, and I just want you to start researching your own astrology sign, Aquarius.
Yeah, you know what? It's strange that you say that because I am Aquarius and I've never, now check this out. I've never gotten deep into searching signs, researching about my sign or even Aquarius. And the only thing that I really could tell you is I hear people say it all the time. Oh, you definitely have qualities of a characteristics of a Aquarius. This person is a Gemini. And I never really believed it until in fact I had a Gemini, which is my son. I dated a Gemini, and one of my good friends, Dr. Cat, is a Gemini. And I watched all three of these people, and they are basically the same, and they do the same when it comes to the Geminis. I said, damn, they are true Geminis. Now, my friend Kat, Dr. Kat, have been on here, with me several times. Me and her very good friends. We could not speak for months. My friend Dr. Kat could just go away and not speak to me for months and never think anything of it. But when she comes back to me, or when we get back together, it's like we never missed a beat, right?
That's a Gemini for you. I had a
You had
Gemini
that
best
too?
friend too.
She could
The
do
only
something.
difference in our with our zodiacs and people, a lot of times it's your environmental factors, like how you grew up, your childhood, and different things of that nature. But other than that, if you combine astrology with not gematria, get away from that because that's not ours. Okay,
Mm-hmm,
gematria is not ours. Numerology, the science of numbers and what numbers, the meaning of numbers, then
mm-hmm,
you will better understand, you'll start to better understand yourself. You'll
mm-hmm,
start to better understand like what's going on in life and why these people are doing the things that they do. Because like even when we say that, okay, you got numerology versus
mm-hmm,
numatria, they reversed everything. They reversed all the sacred sciences.
mm-hmm.
Most people they're out here, they're
I
out
heard
here
you like your
pushing.
mom.
Yeah, they're pushing the gematria, which that's not our science. So what they've done is they're reversing. They're reversing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just like it's 13 moon cycles, 13 sun cycles. Uh,
Oh yeah.
it is 13 according to Mayan uh, um, sciences or whatever. Okay, so basically they gave us this Gregorian calendar or whatever, and it's so they have us unsynced with time because we as humans we're synced with nature. So they're
Now
like
listen.
they have us unsynced with time. They have us unsynced with nature. They have us unsynced from our God or gods or
QI.
however people wanna. I don't even like to. It's hard to do that, but I'm just saying your whatever you feel like Most High is. They have us unsynced with Most High.
I agree. Now I love it, but I gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. All right, let me drop down. Thank you very much,
I
Mz.
appreciate
Velocity.
you so much for coming up, babe. I really do. Ronnie
Peace
Q
to
and
the
A
chat,
sugar. You welcome. You welcome. Thank you, dear,
and
for
I'm
joining.
out.
All right, Donald. Q, I think I appreciate QI coming up. Now we started out with the billionaires boys being bust, and I think they are. I think they bring a lot of them and exposing a lot of these men with money and power and the things that they do to the less fortunate people or people who are dying to get in the industry. And I think they have done some deep, dark shit to them, and some people are going to be exposed for it. And for some reason, I believe that they are attacking the billionaire boys now. And then remember, they made chatter about Oprah and some other people too. The women, I think I don't know how many billionaire black women it is. I know we have probably about, not, I mean, I can't say, I know about 5 billionaire black men, and now they attacking them. So I think they are just making these people come to reality that again the powers to be are not, they are not us. They are not like us. They create us and they allow us to do so many things and get so high up on our horses until they get in, tired of us. And when they get tired of us, they throw us out to the wolves and destroy us. And that's what's happening to Puffy. They allow him to run rampant, do all this shit, just like R. Kelly. And now they're tired of him. So they're going to throw him out to the wolves. The difference with him versus R. Kelly is I think perhaps he may have got into the upper elite league, and that's the difference with him and R. Kelly. R. Kelly was, he was a millionaire. I believe he had money. He done some shit too. However, Puffy is a step higher than him, and so is Jay-Z. And I think that they are going for them now, and they're going to destroy them. That's just what it is. And I want to watch it play out. We have to watch it play out because if they destroy Puffy and Puffy gets to talking, he will expose some of the puppet masters. And they don't want the puppet masters to be exposed. So I don't know how they're going to control him, but I believe it's his time to fall. And when people are arrogant and they're not humble, eventually they do fall. I don't give a damn on what level it is. When you're not humble and you arrogant and you think you made you, solely you made you, and then you start treating people nasty and being mean, and you start doing, nasty things to people and saying nasty things to people, eventually you will fall as well. That's how it goes. You must remain humble, and what you do in the dark will come to the light. It doesn't matter how long it takes, it will eventually come to the light. And never get so comfortable doing dirt with people. Always do dirt by yourself if you're going to do dirt. If you choose to do dirt, do it by yourself. Because when you do shit behind the scenes, to include this YouTube shit, people will expose you. Eventually they will expose you, especially if they think you're getting too big for your draws. You know how they say that. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I've been on here a long time. I was just coming on to speak to my people, to talk to my people. I really want to break this P. Diddy thing down. But again, shout out to Tisa Tells. I got my information. I watch her religiously now because that lady is doing research. She's doing research. So I go over there. Again, thank you, QI. Thank you, Ronnie Q. You came in late, darling, but how are you? With that being said, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. I was supposed to get out of here about 20 minutes ago. Was C Keys sent to mess up TP Big Business deal? It could be. I don't know what the purpose of these people moving like that. I heard that he was backpedaling on what he has said, saying that it wasn't Tyler Perry, but all the innuendos that he did will make me think, and a lot other think, that it was Tyler Perry and Robert Smith. Especially when he said they paying off college loans for these people, and we think they good people in this, and they doing this and this, and they doing this and they doing that. It made me believe that it was Tyler Perry. That's just me, you guys, and Robert Smith, because he paid off Morehouse State. Wasn't it Morehouse? College student loans for the students who graduated in 2020. It was 19 or 20. So that's why I believe. Thank you. Appreciate that, y'all. I'm going to get ready to get out here. Y'all have a blessed evening. Enjoy yourself. I am tired. You could tell I'm getting tripped up now. I'm tired, and be blessed, and let's get out of here. I'm done. Hold on right quick before I leave. Ronnie Q, are you still in here? I got a question for you. Ronnie Q or any other content creator, are they messing with your views? I think YouTube is messing with our views. And my last video I did before this one, before I go away, if somebody can answer me that question. Hey, Linda, thank you, baby. I appreciate you stopping in. If someone could answer me this question, is YouTube messing with our views? My last video, I looked one day and I was at 872 views. I looked back a couple of hours later and it went to 802. So I don't know if YouTube is messing with our views. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Good night. Be blessed.